Welcome to the Lipstick Living channel. I'm Rachel and you can find me on Instagram at The Lipstick Living. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. So today's video is my Q1 favorites. I have been really excited to do this video. I love favorites videos. They are my favorite, and I've been wanting to do this for weeks, but I had to move and I only had a 2-week notice to move states and start a new job, and then I was very sick for a week, so I am just now being able to do it. So it's a little late, but better late than never. So I am just going to go through the items. I have different genres, like I have different categories of my favorites. There are a few that I don't have anything for. I think the health section and another one, but I do have a lot altogether, so I think it is fine. Okay, so I am going to start with beauty, and I have a liquid eyeshadow that I have been loving. I'm wearing it on my eyes today, and it's from Kaja. It's K-A-J-A, and it is in the shade Moon Crystal, and it's in a little package like this, and you just unscrew it and then squeeze out a little bit on your finger, and I just use my finger and dab it on the like inner corner of my eye, and I love it a lot. I think it's really pretty. So I've been loving that, been wearing that a lot. And then the next thing in the beauty section is a lip combo that I've really loved, and I have been wearing throughout Q1, mostly towards from Valentine's Day and on, because it's kind of springy. It's a very bright hot pink. So the lipstick is from Charlotte Tilbury, and it is in the shade Electric Poppy. So that is the lipstick. And then I put a gloss over top of it, and this is from Dior, and the gloss shade is 976. They don't have them named, they have them numbered. So this is the gloss, and I think it's really pretty. It's really fun. It's very bright and poppy, and I love it. I think it's very cute for spring and also for Valentine's Day as well. And then lastly, I have this lip scrub from Lush in the flavor Cookie Dough. So it comes in a little jar, a little glass jar like this, and this is what it looks like. And I've used this quite a bit, and I still have not gotten down to half of the jar. So it has a ton in here, because you don't need that much, but I have had really dry lips, mostly through the winter and the colder months, but this has helped a ton. It's very, it's exfoliating because it's mostly sugar, but it's also moisturizing as well. So I've really liked this, and the flavor tastes really good. It does taste like cookie dough. It smells amazing. It smells like a vanilla cookie dough, kind of. Oh, I forgot one. I do have another thing in my beauty category. It's these hair ties that I got from Amazon, actually. They're just seamless elastic hair bands, and it came in a huge bottle like this. So there's a ton, I think there's 100 in here, but it's browns, grays, this taupe color, blonde color, and then a black color. So it's all neutrals, but I love these so much. They don't break my hair. They're very soft, so it doesn't hurt after I've had my hair up for a while in them. When I take it down, it doesn't hurt, which is very rare. These are the only ones that have ever done that in my hair. Any other scrunchie or hair tie, after having my hair up in a bun or ponytail, I'll take it out at the end of the day and my head just aches, and these don't do that. So these are amazing. I love them. I will link them below because I did get them from Amazon, and I think it was $5 or $6 for a whole bottle of 100. So it's a really good deal too. So my next category is my next category is health, but I don't have anything in that category for the past quarter. So we'll move on to TV and movies. So the first movie is, the only movie on this list is Encanto. It's a Disney movie. I'm sure you've heard of it, and I heard a lot of people talking about it, saying that it was really good, and everyone was raving about it. So I watched it, and I thought it was really cute. I loved the picture. It was very beautiful and colorful, and I liked the songs. I thought they were catchy. I thought it was very heartwarming, and I loved the story and the theme all together. So loved that. And then TV shows, I watched the new Sex and the City, and Just Like That is what the new one is called, and I loved it. I know this is very controversial because a lot of people hate it. It's kind of like 50-50, I think. You either love it or you hate it, but I loved it. I thought it was really entertaining. There was a lot going on. There were a lot of new characters introduced. I think, you know, in the beginning, I won't give any spoilers, but in the beginning, there was a big thing that happened that was heartbreaking, but I think that it needed to happen for there to be more of a story and a plot. So I understand why it happened, but that was a little upsetting. And then also Samantha, I'm sure, even if you haven't watched it, I'm sure you've heard like Samantha, the character Samantha is not in it. And it's because the actress, I can't remember her name, but she did not want to come back and do it. And I think there's like some kind of drama around that. I don't know the details, but she's not in it, and I loved her character, so that was another bum for me because I loved her and I thought she was hilarious, and she just gave a lot of life to the show, so that was kind of sad, those two things. But everything else I thought was great. I thought it was well done. I liked the writing. I liked the things that happened. It was just very entertaining altogether, so I enjoyed it. And then the other show I watched around that same time was the second season of Ted Lasso, which I love that show. I think it's really heartwarming and it's funny at times. I love the characters. And then the other one was season 2 of Love on the Spectrum. I love that show as well. It's kind of like a reality dating TV show, which is really interesting, but it's all people on the spectrum, and they're just all really lovely people, and some of them are really funny, and it's very heartwarming. So I really enjoyed watching that. And then the last one is Worst Roommates Ever, which I think is on Netflix, and that show was crazy. Like the very first episode, I think it's only one season, and there's only, might be like a mini season, and there might not be that many episodes, maybe like 6 or 8 or something, but the very first episode about this old woman, like all these are real stories of past roommates that people have had where they've either like, I mean, most of it was like murder. There were a couple that didn't end in that, but like attempted murder or something. So those are crazy stories. The very first one really reeled me in. It was about this old woman who, well, I won't give any spoilers, but it's very, very interesting. So I would definitely recommend that show. So that is it for my TV and movies. I only had one. Okay, the next section is music, and I will just run through the songs. The first one is Make Up Your Mind by Devin. You Better Run by Delta Maid. Loving is Easy by Rex Orange County. Leave the Light On by Shy Niko. Spells by Cannons. Femme Like You by Emma Peters. Holding Back by Banks. And Cold Heart by Elton John and Dua Lipa. And then my next section is podcast. So I found 2 new ones actually. One is called Full Coverage, F-O-O-L, Full Coverage by Manny MUA and Laura Lee. They are beauty influencers that are on YouTube, and they made a podcast about kind of like drama and like, it's basically like reality TV in a podcast. They talk about current events and things that are going on that are crazy, just anything that's like the tea on things, and they do like random fun things too, and they have some guest speakers as well, but it's just very entertaining. It's not like I'm going on there to learn anything. It's not like a news podcast or anything like that. They will share things that are going on in the news, but not, you know, just like highlights of it and their opinions on things, mostly like in pop culture. It's not like a news podcast, but it is very interesting, and it keeps me in the know and up to date on like the latest drama, which is just entertaining. It was just nice to take a break because I normally watch We Can Do Hard Things by Glennon Doyle and her sister and her wife. So I love that podcast, but it's very heavy. It's heavy stuff, most of the topics are really hard to go through, and I got into a rut with it. And so I was like, I need to take a break and listen to something that's just a little bit lighter, because I was very stressed with moving, and I was stressed with my job, and then I was sick. And so through all that, I was like, I need something that's a little bit lighter, that's entertaining, that's gonna make me laugh, and just something that I don't really have to deeply think about. So I found that podcast, and I have loved it so much. And I don't even watch beauty YouTubers. I used to back in the day, years ago, but I don't even watch them anymore. So I don't really care much about like the beauty drama, but they don't really go over that. It's more like pop culture drama, like Kim K dating Pete Davidson, things like that. That's not anything crazy. And then like the Will Smith fiasco and just things like that. So I've really loved that. And then the other podcast is a fiction podcast that the co-host of Bad on Paper, which is one of my main podcasts that I never miss an episode from. Her name is Becca Freeman, and her best friend Rachel King created this fiction podcast, and they do different like series. So each podcast they create has like 6 or so episodes, and it's like a little series. But this one, the recent one that she came out with, is called Bone, Marry, Bury, and Bury is B-U-R-Y. So Bone, Marry, Bury, and it's kind of like the fuck, marry, kill game, but they changed it to bone for fuck, and then marry, and then kill, so bury. But they made it rhyme, and I just think it's really cute. It was really funny. It was entertaining. It's a little cheesy at times, but for the most part, it's really entertaining, and I really loved it. I've loved all the shows that she's come out with. My next section is Stationery. So for that one, I only have one thing, and it's just a pen that I recently got, but it's the Zebra Sarasa R pen, and it's 0.4, so it's got like a fine tip, but they are clicky, and then this little clip actually pops out like that, so you can clip it onto stuff easily. The pack that I got is on Amazon. I got it off Amazon, so I'll link it below. But there's, I think, 14 of them, and they're all different colors, and they've got like this little soft grip right here, so it's just nice writing with it. So I've really been enjoying these pens. So that's really all I have in the stationery category this quarter. And then the next section is the miscellaneous section. So I only have one in this section, and it was the Pop fidget toy, but I don't even have that with me because I moved and I left it to my coworker Gina. So I don't have that with me to show right now, but I will pop up a picture of the little Pop fidget toy that I had, and I played with this pretty much every day in quarter one. I had it at my desk and I played with it all the time, but I did leave it to my coworker because she loved it as well, and I figured that I would just buy myself another one. So I am gonna buy one off Amazon soon because I need one at my desk at my new office. And then the next section is books, and I just broke this down to 4. I read a total of about 15 books in quarter one, so I am going to do a quarter one book review video, so I won't harp on the books that much in this video, but I do want to touch on my top 4 that I had. So, and I don't even have one to show right now because I lent it to my coworker Gina, and she started reading it and then didn't finish it, and so I just told her to keep it since I was moving. But that book, I guess I'll start with. So that one is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. So I read this in January. I read this in the beginning of the year, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really entertaining and really fun. It had a slow start, but I liked all the elements of it. Okay, and then the next one I read that I really loved, this one I read in January as well. It is Wish You Were Here by Jodi Picoult, or Picoult. I think it's Picoult, and I love her as an author. I've read a lot of her books. I think she's an amazing writer. I love her writing style. She does a lot of research into her books, so when she talks about topics, you feel like she is an expert on them. And then The next one is The Gifts of Imperfection by Brene Brown. This has been out for quite some time, and I think like over 10 years or something, but I have had it on my TBR list for a really long time, and I just decided to read it in the beginning of the year because I thought it would set a good tone for my year. So, and it did. I think it was really helpful. I highlighted and wrote a lot of notes in here. I gained a lot from it. Okay, my last favorite book is Homegoing by Yasso. And it's weird to say that I loved this book because it's about slavery and the start of it, the slave trade from Africa in the 1600s and on. So, you know, saying that I love this story is weird. It's not that I loved that part of it. Obviously, it was very heartbreaking and really disgusting and awful, but I think it's important, and it shared a lot of Black perspectives of what they went through from all the way from when slavery started to modern day. And I think it's just really important for everyone to read this. Okay, so the next section is clothing, and I will start with the pajamas that I got from Target. And I think that I had pajamas in my last quarter favorites video from Target. So this is a different set, but I found these and they are incredible. They're amazing. They feel like butter, like straight butter. They're just so soft, and for it to be that soft and comfortable for the price point that it is amazing. Okay, so I got it in a set. So I got the shirt, which is a long sleeve shirt, and it looks like this. It does have a pocket right here. I don't know if you can see, but it is just so soft. I mean, it really does feel like butter. I love it so much. It's so comfy. And I typically don't wear long sleeves to bed, but I do wear them sometimes like around the house. If I'm just hanging out on the couch reading or something like that, I'll wear it. So I would probably take this off and put on either a tank top or a t-shirt to sleep in, but I do like wearing this around the house. And then the pants with it are really nice. They have pockets. So love that. I love when they have pockets, and the bottom, it's tighter at the bottom. So I like that it doesn't like drag the ground or anything, and it's just very comfortable and stretchy kind of, but I will say you would need to size down on these because they are sized big, because I had to get extra smalls in them. So this is from Stars Above. Okay, so the next item on my clothing list are actually tennis shoes. So it's a pair of tennis shoes that I bought in January when I was visiting Alexandria, and I needed some tennis shoes because I had only packed for a few days. I was only supposed to be there a week, and then they extended it a week, and so I was like, well, I don't have any, you know, I had packed like a couple of shoes, like a pair of work shoes, and then a pair of flats, and then I think a pair of boots, because it was obviously very cold there. It snowed, there was snow everywhere, and so I was like, I need some tennis shoes, and I need some new ones anyway, because the ones that I have now are very, very old and very worn out. So I bought these tennis shoes here. They are DQ, and I think they're called like the Cloud Swift is their name, and they're not the best looking shoes, but they are the most comfortable shoes I have ever worn. They feel like I'm walking on air. I love them so much, and yes, they make me look like an old grandma that is mall walking, but I don't care because my feet love them and they're very comfortable. So these are the tennis shoes here, and I've been wearing them a lot since I bought them because they're so comfortable. The last clothing item I have is a dress that I only wore a couple of times. I think I wore it twice in the past quarter, but I love it a lot. Okay, so last night's video cut me off and I lost the last of my video, so I'm just gonna try to do a take two. So this is the dress that I was talking about, and I will try to pop up a video of me wearing it so that you can see what it looks like on, because it's way prettier on than it looks on the hanger. But it's just this cute little like Renaissance looking dress from Free People, and it has this cute little lace back, and it also has pockets, which is really cool. And I wore this only 2 times, I believe. I wore it for Valentine's Day, our date night, and then I wore it to Dancing with the Stars. So I only wore it twice, but it's more of like a formal dress, so I don't really go to that many formal things that often. And it's velvet and like more heavy, so you can only really wear it in the winter. So I only wore it like in January, February, but I really enjoyed it. I think it's such a cute dress, and I got it from Stitch Fix, but it is from Free People. So this is the cute little pink velvety dress. Okay, so that was the last of the clothing category. And then the next one is food. So I found these yogurt pops a while back. I call them ice lollies. They're just like ice cream pops, but they have different flavors, and it's Greek yogurt. So they're only like 100 calories per bar. And the company is Yasso, Y-A-S-S-O. I'll link them below, but they are incredible. And I usually will get the cookies and cream or the caramel sea salt flavor, but they came out with a new flavor, which is birthday cake, and it is the best thing ever. And there's little chunks of actual cake in it. It's so delicious, and there's like sprinkles in it. It's really good. So I've been loving those. And then another thing that I've been loving over the past quarter is eating these little Rosemary Crisps with cheese and fig jam on them. So it's not like the healthiest snack, but it's very delicious. So I get this fig spread from Harris Teeter, and it's from Dalmatia. I don't know how to say that, but it's just a fig spread. You could get any kind, but this is the one that I get from the store. And then I get this Sartori cheese. It's from Bella Vitano, but I usually get the rosemary one, but they had a black pepper one yesterday that looked amazing. I've had this one before, and I never find it at Harris Teeter. They usually only carry the Merlot flavor, the rosemary, and then they have like a bourbon one, and maybe one other one that I don't like, but I do like the Merlot and the rosemary one, but I saw that they had the black pepper, so I got this one. So you could choose any, like basically like an aged cheddar, I think is really good with it. So I use these Rosemary Crisps. It's this brand that I get, but you could get any cracker you wanted, and then you spread the fig jam on it and then put a little slice of the cheese on top, and it is divine. It's so delicious. That is it for my food category. And then the next category is home, and I only have one thing, sort of. I found these anecdote candles, and I bought 4 of them. So I bought a bunch, and they're all different scents, but this one is Self-Care. It's my favorite one out of the 4. It says it smells like face mask and do not disturb. It's mint and eucalyptus, and it really does smell like a spa. It's so nice. I love it a lot. And then I got there's one called Farmer's Market that's really good. And then I got a pumpkin one. It was one of their fall scents. And then I got another one that was like orange mimosa or bubbly mimosa or something like that, and it smells really good too. So I bought a bunch of their candles, and I love them, and I think they last for a while, because my Farmer's Market one I've burned for hours, like 4 separate times, and it's still not even like a fourth of the way down. So I think they'll last a long time, and they come in this cute little tin. This is the lid. It's just a little A for anecdote, and then it comes in this cute little jar. And I like the descriptions that they have of them too, of what it smells like. I think it's just really cute. So that is the only thing in my home section. And then the last section is tech. And I just have 2 games in this section that I found that I play on my phone every day. So one is Wordle. I'm sure you've heard of that. Everyone's been raving about it for the past few months. So I try to play that every morning on my phone. And then there's another game. It's a little puzzle mind game, but it's called Set, S-E-T. So I just go to any search engine and just type in the set game for today, and then it comes up, and basically there's 3 different shapes, 3 different colors, 3 different fills, and then numbers. So you have to match them up in order. It's kind of difficult to explain, so I would just look up how to play the game, but I think it's really fun and it doesn't take me long to do, maybe like 5 minutes each in the morning, and it just gets my brain going for the day. So I've really enjoyed playing those games. When I first found it, I started doing it with my coworker Gina, and we would play them in the office every morning as like a way to start our day, and that was really fun. So you could always do that at your work, maybe with your coworkers. So that is everything for my favorites from Q1. Thank you so much for watching if you've made it this far, and if you have any recommendations for any of your favorites or anything that you've been loving over the past quarter, please leave them in the comments below. I would love to see your recommendations. Make sure to like this video before you leave and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!